Welcome back to Two Bros in a Coffee Shop. This is Jason.
And Grant.
And this is episode 6.
Hawaii edition. And so you might have noticed that we're kind of wearing a little bit Hawaii themed shirts because of these mugs.
This is true.
The yellow Starbucks Hawaii mugs. Which,
special edition, actually.
Yes, exactly. So we're excited. We've got some interesting coffee to try out all the way directly from Hawaii.
Shipped, flowing in from our coworker named Dennis.
Yep, shout out to Dennis.
Little Denny.
Little Denny. That's probably going to be the first time he's heard us call him that.
Yeah.
But he's going to love it. So.
Oh, for sure.
Yep. But yeah, so we might as well just start making the coffee.
We're going to make the coffee, but the one thing we have to say is last episode we said that if anybody gives us free coffee, we'll shout them out. And at Starbucks tonight, one of my baristas actually gave us a Ethiopia Sidama coffee with notes of ripe blackberry and creamy chocolate that Grant's going to try tomorrow at work.
Yeah, exactly. So
and
shout out to him.
Right here. So if you do give us coffee, that's what's going to happen. You're going to get your name.
We don't ask for money. We just ask
his
for
name's
coffee.
AJ, I think. I don't know if I said it.
No, you didn't.
Oh, so, there you go.
AJ. Yeah. Shout him out. And if you want to shout out by me, give me tea. That's basically how it goes.
No one's going to give you tea. Everybody's going to be like,
listen, I'm going to get tea shipped to my address. They'll be like, yep.
I'll be impressed if someone actually gives tea. Better be David's tea because I want to drink it.
Well, I know exactly someone's going to give me tea.
Deal. So the coffee we're doing today is an SCAA international winner, whatever that means. And it is a gourmet coffee grown in a nurtured on the slope of Mahi Aloha.
No, I think that's Moana Loa.
Yeah, and I actually read this today that's actually where the best coffee is growing.
Exactly.
Not in Kona, but that location, like it is in Kona, but I mean in that certain location, and then on the stomping grounds of, you say that word.
I'm not saying Hamahaha
in the district of
Kauai Mahilo.
Medium ground.
So and also I'm surprised you don't know what SCAA stands for, the Specialty Coffee Association of America. Excuse me, Mr. Coffee Freak.
They were winners of from 2012 to 2014 Coffee of the Year.
So I'm
First
excited.
Place.
So I've also smelled the coffee, and it kind of smells fruity.
It is. It's
it smells fruity.
A fruity vibe. Smells pretty good.
Yeah. So I'm excited to try it out. So
might
as well go do some scoops and get it all put up in there. And I'll just I'll read about the history of Hawaii's famous Kona coffee beans. Like back in 1828, Samuel Reverend Ruggles planted the very first coffee tree in Kona district of Kauai, Kona, watching it grow from a piece of a tree originated in Ohio into a coffee empire by 1899. Nearly 3 million coffee trees had grown throughout the region.
They say it's rare to actually get 100% pure Kona coffee. It's usually blend. Like if you go to Starbucks, it's like blends of it.
Exactly.
So this is actually
Little Denny does not mess around. He gets us the good stuff in this golden bag too.
Pure golden bag. We'll have a photo on the website. I'll try to see if I can take a picture. You guys can see this, unless we can't find it online, but it's a local, it's a local roastery.
Exactly.
It's not like the name brand crap.
It came directly from Kona.
What we said, international, because it's still the U.S. It's international, local coffee.
Yeah, I like how we classify international as the U.S.
Is that enough?
You put 3 scoops in there, right?
4.
Oh, then we're good. We're good, man. But for me, when I think of Kona, I think of Kona Bikes. I don't know if you know.
I haven't heard of that.
You've never heard of them? Man, me and my dad were into those mountain bikes back in. They're from. I think they originated from Hawaii, and they're really nice bikes. But not a lot of people know about them because they're a smaller brand. But like whenever I see one, I'm like, hey, Kona
now I want to see one.
Now you want to see Kona Bikes. Yeah, so Kona Bikes is a bicycle company based in the Pacific Northwest The company was founded in 1988 by Dan Gerhard and Jacob Helibon and Vancouver, British Columbia. So never mind. It's definitely not from Hawaii, but it's British Columbia.
It's not even spelled the same way.
Yeah, it is.
Well,
Kona. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
Kona.
I guess.
Yeah.
Shoot, I was one that went to Hawaii and I didn't even... Yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Well, yeah. It's true. So, so we gotta let that.
Gotta let it wait for 3 minutes, right?
Exactly.
The old 3-minute rule. So, as we promised, the podcaster family, I guess we could call them the bro family.
No, we're not. We got to come up with a way better name than that.
That's true. I guess we could call our fan base. We said that
for right now. Fan base.
We tell them about my adventure.
Exactly, in Hawaii.
Yeah, so it all started when I went to California and was with my coworker.
Right, for a sales job.
I call him. His name's Chet, but I call him Chetty.
Wow, we're just bringing out all the nicknames on the podcast.
He's like, what? I just think it's funny. And we went out to California together, and this is actually, when I went out to Hawaii, it was the first time ever that I went alone on a sales trip.
Right.
To just really get the wheels greased and trying to get on my own and just learn it. And I actually met with like 11 customers out there. Some major brands that we deal with that are actually on the Hawaii base, like Honolulu and Big Island. But and also some mom and pop shops, you know what I mean? Like they're huge in chocolate over there, bananas, and they use conveyor belts on bananas and
I'd
stuff like
love
that.
to try some bananas from out there.
So you know Dole?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so I actually went to their
factory, right?
Yeah, their factory.
That's
and
awesome.
They use conveyor belts at the place that I visited, so it was really neat to actually see it.
Cool.
But they use a lot of like our lightweight presses. The little teeny tiny ones that would like not as big as this table.
Well, yeah, because you're not going to be taking one of those like 4-foot conveyor belt
Dude,
splices.
they get up to like 87 feet, and I'm like, and they're bigger than that.
Yeah.
So met with them, and that was pretty awesome. And then
for sure,
I also went out to the Big Island and went surfing with a friend that was out there at the same time.
Right on.
We met up, and I actually also rented a Camaro and drove around on the Big Island.
That sounds fun. Cause
it was pretty sweet. You can drive the whole island in 2 hours.
That's sick. Because
I don't know how fast I was driving, but
one of my dreams, what I want to do is I want to rent like either like a Lambo or something and drive like the West Coast, like up California's coast or something. That'd be so much fun,
bro.
Especially like with a convertible or something.
The only problem would be is the gas would kill you.
Hey, but you know what? For that one drive, you're just. You know what? Give me a tank.
You'd be like $1,000.
Give me a tank. Give me a tea, and let's go.
A tank and a tea.
A tank and a tea. You know what? That's gonna like.
Should we call you TT?
You know what? I'll take that. I'll take a tank and a tea, and maybe a truck too. We'll just make this triple T.
Triple T. So you're gonna be towing the Lambo with your truck.
Yeah, exactly.
Tea. I think we'll be okay now.
Yeah. Add some more water into that. But yeah, no, I think like that's one of the things that I really want to do is go travel, drive up and down that coast.
You travel.
Well, yeah, no, I travel, but like just drive that coast, right? Because like,
you're talking about, I think it's number 1. I think it's called, that goes up and down California. I haven't been on it. Like I think
wasn't
on a part of
would it not be Highway 60? No, 66 goes across the U.S. Yeah.
I think I've actually been to California just recently.
Yeah, because the end of 66, I was on that pier.
Is that enough? I think
you might want to put a little bit more water in that.
I think we're making it really strong.
Okay,
for you. Oh. Shoot.
Ooh.
Side note,
yes.
Grant knows what I'm talking about. We actually went to Brothers Coffee Roastery on Kerr Street Cafe.
Exactly. I finally went there, and now
to a local coffee shop and had a local flat white, not made by me.
Exactly. And so I can now finally say with certainty that coffee is disgusting and that I don't want to do this podcast anymore. And we're going to end it now.
Oh my. He actually told me it's actually the other way. He actually liked it a lot. He said
it was good.
It was different.
Okay, here's what I want to say about that coffee is when I first had it, it was super strong because it's an espresso blend and they make it like really espresso. Like when we tried it, we put a ton of water into the Brothers coffee. But once, and like,
they're pierced.
Exactly. Well, it came off with such a high punch to it that at first I was like, whoa, this is crazy. Like, this is the most strongest coffee that we've had so far.
Karate chopped you in the face.
Basically. But then after a couple of sips, when then you get used to it.
I saw you. You're like, this isn't bad.
Exactly. But one thing I'd have to say is, like, I know we're using a French press, and it's a great way to make coffee, but that thing was smooth. That thing was
That's
smooth.
the thing I'm telling you about. Like, you drink it, and it's just like, it feels so smooth.
It's almost like you're drinking liquid air.
It is.
Right? So I think, yeah, it was good. It was good. I'd have to say, though, if you had started me out on one of those coffees, I probably would have been like, no, this is why I don't drink it.
That's the reason why I like Black Stone so much, because it was a medium roast.
Exactly.
And here's the thing. I think you're going to like this one a lot because it's a medium one too.
So I'm excited.
This one's also medium.
Right on.
Well, it says dark roast, but the barista told me it's more of a medium
More
blend.
of a medium blend, right?
So I think you're a medium guy.
Oh, for sure. Well,
if I make you a cappuccino with a medium blend, like, because you've only had dark,
right,
I think you'd be like in love with it. Like, if I did a cappuccino and I asked them for a Dawn Patrol, and then we mixed those two, you'd be like,
it's true. We can try that.
Jason, I'm converted.
Yeah, we can try that. Definitely try that.
For sure. You'd be in your Lamborghini going up the West Coast and with coffee in your hand.
Well,
because when I was actually in California or Hawaii, before they discontinued it, my staple before I did flat whites, because I had to customize them now, we used to be latte macchiato, which is basically a latte, but the espresso shot on top.
Right.
And I think it's like 2% milk, because flat whites are 3% milk.
Okay.
And I got it on the Big Island with my friend of mine, and I got it on Honolulu, and now they've changed it. So
that's good. I love how I'm agreeing with you and saying that's true, and I have no idea what you're talking about.
It's just like a way that they
but I mean, it sounds interesting. So.
Milk levels. Yeah, but now they got rid of it. Now it's only the caramel macchiato because it was the most popular.
Yeah, and we're still talking about Starbucks, right?
Yeah, but it's actually technically like a brand, like a way to make coffee.
Right.
So it's technically Starbucks.
Yeah, no, but you were talking about how it got off the menu. That was because it was taken off the menu at Starbucks. Yeah.
At Starbucks. Sorry, guys.
All right, so I think, we're ready to start pressing that.
Just pushing it.
Just push it down, and then we'll give it a shot and give it a nice try.
So the tip of the day.
The tip of the day, yeah. Let's go into that.
Because this is not a travel tip. This is not a tech tip.
It's a coffee tip.
It's a coffee tip.
So, and Jason, what is this coffee tip?
So here's the crazy thing. I didn't even hear about this today, and Grant doesn't even know about this. But I actually injured myself trying to help you guys learn this tip. So, the tip of the day is this. You take coffee grinds after you're done with them, and you're like, I'm finished with this coffee. Let's throw it in the trash.
No, or you grab your citrus fruit and dip it in it.
Yeah, but it has to be not cooked.
Oh, okay.
Sure. So you throw it in the trash, everybody thinks. Instead, you take it, you put it in your hands, and you start rubbing your hands together. And then it's actually like a exfoliant.
Yep.
And it actually makes your hands like a baby's bottom. Small, like really smooth. And Winston would be like, don't be a pansy. You want rough hands. But
well, I was about to say, don't you already have soft hands?
Well, not the softest. I don't think they're that soft.
Were you just born?
No, but this is literally from doing it today. Soft day. But I had a cut in my finger from cutting my finger on a bagel. We had bagels at work today, and I sliced it.
Yep.
It's pretty bad, actually. You guys can't see it, but
neither do you probably want to.
It's a warrior wound. And it hurt, but it actually the barista was right. So if you ever want to have soft hands, just take your coffee grinds, no joke, after you cook them, and then rub your hands together, and you literally get baby smooth skin. That Grant's gonna try after this. Like when we stop recording.
Yeah, I'm like, we've got technology all here and stuff. So yeah, let's finally pour this coffee. I've noticed that when I've had to edit these, you pour the coffee in like forever.
Yeah, it's
just
so long.
Just letting you know. So we have to try and keep these segments interesting when you start pouring coffee. You know how it is.
Yeah, I know. It takes me a
But
while.
also, even then, the French press kind of pours it slowly just because.
Dude, the French press is loud.
Yeah, that's true. Here, I also got us some cream.
I didn't put any ground in there.
Yeah, that's fine. That's the nice thing about the French
fries. Is this milk or
cream?
Okay, good.
Bro,
I know you like milk.
No, I got you your cream. Don't you worry.
Oof.
Oh wow, you okay? Oh. Just all right. Okay. Also, I got a spoon for us as well this time.
Finally.
Yep. Made sure everything was ready this time.
Coffee grinds in the spoon because I'm an idiot.
Yeah, that's fine. Oh, did you? What? Why didn't you use that spoon today? Okay, that's fine. It's all fine. So do we want to move on to travel? Sure. Well, actually, we were kind of already in travel, talking about your trip to California.
Hawaii too.
And Hawaii.
That's how it all got started. Because Dennis actually went over there for vacation.
Right.
And I said, hey, man, I got the mug because he got Grant a mug. And I said, could you pick up some coffee? Because it's overpriced. It's like, they said it's $40 for 10 ounces for the coffee at Starbucks. There's so much on me. And I couldn't believe it. Right. And I asked the barista tonight because they've sold out of it in 1 month. And I was like, are you joking me? So this one was like $20 and it was only 7 ounces. Because it's so, like, it's such a small island that it's like and it's 100% pure. So it's like if you're buying the coffee, it's like, it is literally, you're paying a huge amount for a little bit. Like, because you can get in this, like, for this bag, this is only like 15.
Which is the Starbucks bag.
Yeah, so the Starbucks bag that we have, the
16 ounces.
Yeah, it's 16 ounces, and it literally is probably cheaper than this.
Right.
And you're getting quadruple. Like, I've already drank out of this, and we grinded some up for later, and we ground it up, like, I think it was like 10 ounces already, and we already still have a ton. And I just can't believe it. So you're buying for quality.
Exactly. And I mean, it is, like, this is good coffee. Like, it's good. You have to get past the first taste, though. You do have to get past the first taste, but it's really good.
What note do you taste?
What note do I taste? You know, I'm thinking probably a B flat minor.
I gotta say, this tastes a lot better than the coffee because I tried the one that the guy gave to us for free, AJ.
Okay.
And it's not as good. Like, this is a lot smoother, and it has more of a soft note, and it actually tastes like.
It's very subtle. I like it. Like,
yeah, and it's bold. But it's also, like, I wish they said something about it so I could get I could grab what they're trying to taste. But right. It's very, like, soft.
It is. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's really subtle.
And it's not like a punch in the face kind of coffee.
Oh, no, it's not.
It's like a mix between, like, a Starbucks French roast and just, like, a regular house blend. But it's, like, more of a perfected thing. I'm trying to just give someone, like, something that they can refer to.
Right. I mean, I can't give you too much of comparisons to the coffee, though I would probably, if I am being 100% honest, this would probably be the top coffee if I had to.
Really?
Not in flavor. I still think Brothers has the best flavor, but it's so subtle that it's nice that, like, if I had to drink any of the coffees, it would be this one because I could drink it anytime. Whereas when Brothers, it's like I need to be in a mood for coffee. If that makes sense, right?
Whereas yeah, this one's really nice. Like, you could have this in the morning.
Exactly.
You're tired. This wakes you up, but it's not like you're wanting to throw up. And you could probably drink this black. Like, I know we're cream guys.
For sure.
But if you had to pick any that are black, I'd either pick this one or Blackstone.
I'd like to try this black, to be honest.
You know what'd be cool? We should do a head-to-head Blackstone versus Hawaii sometime. And so you to try them because these are your two favorite right now.
Yes, that is true. Blackstone and
Blackstone was really good.
It was really good. And I love how it wasn't even like, it was just some bag that wasn't it? Didn't you already drink from it too? Like, it was a used bag too?
Yeah, it was open for like a week. Yeah. And usually they say they go bad between 1 to 2 weeks.
Yeah, like, no, it's like, still good.
It's not bad, but you know what I mean? Like, the coffee flavor goes down. Or the caffeination.
Right.
Which we don't believe in. Once it's decaf, it's not worth drinking.
Well, I think that's more your personal opinion than mine, but I'll stand by it. Because for me, a decaf coffee is why are you drinking it?
Exactly. That's what I said.
For me, if I had to drink a coffee, at least let's try and get some of the benefits of the caffeine. Then just...
If you're not going to drink coffee, just have a glass of wine.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's my opinion.
Fair. Okay.
But then you get into the whole topic of, like, non-alcoholic beer and stuff like
Exactly.
that. Like, why are you drinking that for? Like, I thought it was only for pregnant girls, but I heard it's for like people that are addicted to alcohol. But I would say unpopular.
Right. Well, so bringing it back to the very first episode, I don't know if you noticed the story, but remember when we were talking about RCS and Google bringing that to Androids? Well, Google is now working to bring chat. They've renamed it from RCS to chat to more regions around the world. So,
no way.
Like here in Canada, it's kind of come out
as Google Messages.
Yeah. Well, yeah, as Google Messages, or I think they're going to start to rebrand it now as chat. So it's going to be exciting. It's going to be coming to more devices, hopefully around the world.
Chat.
Yeah, just chat. It's better than RCS, because when people are like, RCS, what is that, right? Rich Communication Services, right?
I don't mind Google Messages, but it sounds kind of like...
But it's not Google Messages, it's just chat.
Yeah.
So,
because we just want to chat. That's what we want to do.
Exactly. And if you think about it, when you get a Google device, when you get your Android, you're going to open an app and be like, chat. What do you do with chat? Well, obviously, you chat. Mm-hmm. And I don't know how many more times I can use the word chat in this chat talking about chat. So...
oh, my gosh.
I got an eye roll. That was enough for me.
This is true. This is true.
Yeah. I'm excited because I really like using it. Though... I noticed some of my friends who have Androids, their phones either have not updated or they don't use the app. And I'm just like, I'm so used to texting you. And then I'm like not getting the bubbles. And I'm like,
you're not getting the re-receipts.
Exactly. And then I'm like, is this what it's like when you have an iPhone and everyone's on Android? Like, I get it now.
Oh, I would hate not to have RCS.
Exactly. Well, no, that's what I'm saying. You know how like everyone was always like, oh, you're the green bubble and stuff like that. But like now it makes sense, because even on Android, we've got people who are the green bubble, so to speak.
Well,
right?
I did have an iPhone while my phone was broken. And I loved it. Like every minute of it, I was on it. I was texting, and I had a little group chat, and it was called Jason, Don't Leave, like iPhone or something like that, like something funny.
Nice.
And I was killing it, and it was like super fun. I almost got into a group chat with a bunch of my friends. They said I had to stay with iPhone to be in it, and
which is fair. I can see that.
I miss it
But
a little bit.
At the same time, there's a little bit of like, I don't know. There's a little bit of a stigma to that iMessage thing. What I really want is I really want Google to work with Apple and just be like, hey, can we combine our two services? Because we both have support. Like networks now support rich like RCS, and so
Apple's basically almost like Android now with in the EU, them forcing them to do Type C.
Yeah, which is
amazing. Raise my hands.
I mean, it's good because you know how many times, okay, I was at someone's house and my phone was about to die. I was uploading the podcast and I was like, well, this is a house with everyone who has Apple devices. So no one has a USB-C. It's out in my truck across the street. I'm like, I'm not going to go out there. And so basically I was like, okay, well, yeah, I can't take any phone calls from Jason. And then you called me. And then I was like, I'm sorry, you can't talk. I'm on like 5% battery life.
You were like, do you have ultra power saving mode on your LG?
I do, but
Okay.
I don't. I just never turn it on
because you don't want to wreck your processor.
No, it doesn't wreck it. It's just
it's hard on the phone. You know it's true.
No, it's not true.
It is true.
No, all it does is it pushes your device to try and make the same amount of power with less electricity.
Yeah, but that's hard on the device.
If
that's
anything, it's lighter on the device. Yeah, it is. Think about it this way.
We'll figure that out later.
Think about it this way. If you are like, how should I put this? You're using less power, so there's less stuff going through the hole. If that makes sense. So when you put on less power saving, like in a way, it kind of stresses the device, but it stresses the device in a different way, where it's trying to do the same thing with less power. If it was trying to do like less with more power, now that's going to be a strain because you're actually like straining it. So hey, technology is different.
You're the tech guy.
Yeah,
you're right.
I mean, we can probably agree that the devices are not designed to really work that way, but I don't think it wrecks it in the long end. But going back to chat, I got wind of a story about IBM picking up Slack over Microsoft Teams.
Now, you need to explain, because I've only known this because I was in my company, what Slack is.
Yep.
And what Microsoft Teams is.
Yep.
Because anybody from Mac is like, what are you talking about? Mm-hmm. Except some Mac people can use both of these, but it's not as common.
Exactly. So Microsoft Teams is kind of Microsoft's last ditch effort to try and keep Skype alive.
Oh, I kind of... I was about to be like, I like Skype, but
no, you don't.
No, I'd rather just email someone.
The only thing is our office does use like Skype, kind of.
I know, like right? Dennis literally like gets rid of the messenger teams. Like he's like, no, we're going Skype, and he like installs it off of people's computers because he's like, it's trash.
Yeah,
he literally does not like using it.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's not great, and then Slack is kind of like Discord or like way back in the day, what do they call them? No, it's not IMs, but it's like an even more classic chat. IRC chats. And so Slack is basically just like another kind of chat program. And needless to say, IBM picked Slack over Microsoft Teams, which I believe Microsoft Teams is cheaper. I would assume even /free with Windows Pro.
For sure.
Whereas Slack does have free options, but there is you do kind of have to pay for it for extra features. And I did some math, and that if IBM, looking at their numbers, they said IBM has 300,000 employees, which is a very gracious estimate. If they had 300,000 employees, and for each license, for a paid Slack license, that's $6.67, which comes out to $2 million a month.
That Seriously?
That Slack's getting from IBM.
I love how you did the math.
Or if they wanted to go for the more enterprise licenses, which gives them more features that are more based for enterprise like systems, that's $12, $12.50, and that comes out to $3,750,000 a month. That's going into Slack's pocket.
Wow.
Yeah, so needless to say, I believe Slack is doing very good for themselves currently. And I mean, it is a good software. I just don't like it from like a personal standpoint, just because of the cost. There is the free version, but it's just
the
like...
free version always sucks.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, you're buying something and then you get the free version, and then you check out the pro for one time, and then you're like, all this times I was missing out on this.
Right, exactly.
That was like amazing. I should have done it. I shouldn't have just been cheap.
Well, that, and even the pro versions, it's kind of sometimes stupid too, because you're like, you want, like, the feature should be in the app, but then they've put it behind a wall. And
like,
you're just like,
a good example I'd say of a free version is like, you buy a car, but then like they're like, okay, but you can't use the radio. And if you buy the expensive version, you can have a radio.
Yeah. That's brutal. That's brutal, considering my truck doesn't have a working radio right now.
See, you have the free version.
Hey,
I don't.
You know what? That speaks to me on a very personal level right now. And we're going to roll right into Teslas being jailbroken. So that radio that you don't have, well, people are jailbreaking Teslas to get those autopilot features that...
If your car is literally a computer, you shouldn't be surprised by this.
Yeah, but like back when you buy a Tesla, you can buy like the autopilot package. And so if a person decides not to...
I don't even know they had an autopilot package. I thought that you just bought the car and you get the car.
No. Yeah, you have to pay like a couple $1,000s for like the autopilot drive system. The safety features are there. So like it'll auto stop. I think it kind of keeps you in the lane. But if you want like the full like autopilot system, you have to pay like it was a fair decent amount. But the interesting thing about this... Yeah. Oh wait, hold on here, right here. $8,000 if you wanted autopilot.
$8,000. So that's more expensive than heated seats
or my car
or heated steering wheel.
Exactly.
Like, you know how like you added a package for that? Like, I think that's way more.
Yeah, but the thing is
I would jailbreak my Tesla.
It does void your warranty, but
sorry,
yada yada yada. But yeah, no. So it's interesting that
who wouldn't void their warranty by jailbreaking it? I would. You know, it'd be really cool if they could if they could hack into the charging method and see if you could get free charging if you hack it into your device, like into your car.
Right.
That'd be unreal. That's when I'd buy a Tesla. That's the first time I'd ever buy an autonomous driving car if you could get free charging.
Yeah,
which is like breaking
nice.
a lot of rules.
Yeah. So, like, I don't know.
Hey, what's the difference between jailbreaking your Tesla or running a stop sign? Come
on. The difference is life and death. We'll just put that way. Yeah. I don't think we have to go too much more into that other than just say life and death.
That's true.
But what we can go into is there was recently a report from Malwarebytes that Macs are more easily to be infected by malware and viruses than Windows.
I thought Macs were untouchable.
Well, with this last survey, it says that Macs only average 4.8 threats per endpoint, but that number ballooned to 11 in 2019, and that was actually in 2018 Macs only averaged 4.8, but now they're up to 11 in 2019, and Windows devices only saw 5.8 last year. So
but everybody else on Apple is going to be like, hey, hold on a minute, people might be owning more Macs, so that's the reason why the number's higher.
No.
Okay. I wanted to make sure that it was clear.
Yeah, I mean, that is a fair point. But no, like it's still a pretty good 50-50 split. If not, PC is still higher. But the thing is I was talking to my friend a couple years ago, and we were talking about like the benefits of security versus like Mac versus PC. And the thing about Macs is, yes, they have their own kind of OS, but the problem is that everyone thinks they're so secure that they're like, no one's like, oh, I've got a Mac. So they don't put virus protection software on their computer. They don't put thought into
100%, because if I would have bought a Mac, I wouldn't have done it, because I thought it was protected.
Exactly. But with Windows, we have Windows Defender. Then you put on probably another secondary virus software.
Kaspersky.
Yeah, which we have at work, right?
Yeah.
And so
I'm always like, Dennis, take this off. I can't do anything, and it's like, you can't do this, you can't do that.
Right.
It's like,
but needless to say, it means like we've put a lot of people have put security thought into Windows because everyone like could
for sure. Like,
Windows.
here's the thing. For a good analogy, it's like you have two brick walls, and FBI is trying to open up both of them, and then the other one's like a small little bamboo sheet that people are just breaking through with the MacBooks, right? Right. But ours are like concrete, man. They're like trying to use that ramming.
We put one wall and another wall, and then just build it up. Though needless to say, I mean, you still can get viruses on both devices. But
true.
I just want to put that out there that if you do have a Mac device, like
be careful.
Be careful, and
download something on your device.
No, don't download things onto your device.
Like to protect it.
Yeah, exactly.
If you need information, just message Two Bros on Instagram in a coffee shop, and we'll send you to a right website to we'll to download something.
Or literally go to Malwarebytes, who did the software. I actually use
some people on
Malwarebytes.
Apple don't really know what they're doing as much.
Exactly. Okay.
So.
I mean, we'll get you connected.
We'll get you, IT people will help you out.
Right. We're now starting an IT firm.
Yeah.
Two bros in a coffee. Wait, no, two bros in a server room, sipping on coffee.
That's true.
All right. Another story that I found really cool, and you didn't, but the Los Angeles Fire Department will operate the first electric fire truck in North America next year, and this is coming from Engadget.
That sounds awesome. I actually think that sounds really neat.
I love how you were bashing it earlier, but okay. No.
Well, the car looks really cool. Like, we'll put a link down below.
Yes.
But it looks snazzy. Like, add a little bit of turquoise in there, and I'm sold. Maybe a little bit of orange.
Yeah. So,
it my hair colors. But.
It runs on 2 batteries with a charge capacity of 100 kilowatt hours, and which is equivalent to around 2 hours of operation.
That's terrible.
But think about it. It is a fire truck that is in the city that only needs to get someplace fast.
Well, here's the thing. I was at the airport in California, exactly the place for this, and I was trying to get to the to fly out, and all of a sudden they were like, "Why are we not moving for the last hour?" And all of a sudden we see this car smoking, and then we're like, what the heck? And then my brother actually has it on video because he does like this YouTubing thing, Jeremy. Right. And the car's legit on fire, and I'm like, man, I don't want to die today. Please get out of the way. So the guy's like trying to like move around and go into oncoming traffic, and it was like swerving out of the way while this car's on fire. And I was like, this is legit. I've never seen a car on fire before, like in real life.
Okay.
Kind of like how you like if you see something in real life, like it's unbelievable. Like I saw a moose this summer. That's a side note, but there's just
cars and then mooses.
No, but there's like certain things that you just see in real life that you just never expect to ever see.
Yeah, I've seen a couple car fires.
And that was like, I was just shocked. I noticed how close I was. Like I was literally one car away from this thing blowing up in my face.
Right.
In an Uber. I still gave him. I gave him 5 stars. I was like, thanks.
5 stars, didn't die.
Yeah, thank you.
And did Jeremy actually post that video?
I don't know if he did. We'll get him to post something that we'll put in our link.
Yeah.
That you guys can see, and then to where the car fire is, because he legitimately has it. And then we started talking to some like 2 Californian girls about the fire, and we like had a side conversation in the car. It was pretty funny.
I don't know. Have you ever driven up my road? Well, not my road, but close. There's a little spot that's kind of charred out, and that's because there was a car fire.
No way. Did you hear the explosion?
No. Well, it was just there's not really an explosion.
I think everybody just thinks that
everyone thinks that it blows up, but it doesn't. And then also there's a bus stop down in Grimsby that also there was a
This is in Ontario, Canada.
Ontario, Canada. Wow, look at that. Look at you.
Got him.
And yeah, so like I've seen a couple car fires, but needless to say, we'll bring it back to the article, but I think 2 hours is it's a decent, but then it does have a diesel generator. Was what I was gonna say. So like those 2 hours, literally you run out to the fire, and then if you need it, you turn on your diesel generator, right?
I think the diesel generator might also be for using like for the pumps. Yeah,
exactly,
I was about to say.
Right. So
that'd be cool. I hope they still have like the dogs in the cars and stuff. I think they have fire dogs, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. I didn't know if I was assuming or I just like fire dogs. Like I think a fire dog would be cooler than a police dog.
Isn't it like Spot?
Yeah.
Like a Dalmatian with the red hat on it.
True.
Yeah. But yeah, I think an electric fire truck would have a lot of torque, and it would be able to move that.
Is it going to be a Tesla?
I don't think it's going to have autopilot, but
but would it be a Tesla brand?
No, it's Rosenberg's concept fire truck.
Oh, Rosenberg's. We'll see if we can find the company for you.
From Electric. I don't know. But yeah, we'll there's definitely be a link.
$6 million.
$6 million. Yeah, that's fine.
It's a small investment.
To be honest, I think normal fire trucks, I mean, they're pretty expensive too, but I don't think they're that high.
Because to me, $6 million is a lot of money. Right. I don't know to the average Joe.
But it's going to be purchased with your taxpayer money, and it keeps you safe.
Because I'm American, not you.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks, America.
Yeah.
Taking my money.
Yeah.
Uncle Sam.
Exactly. Another thing that Americans take your money on is the 2024 moon landing. So there's this article that I from Ars Technica that I just came across today, and NASA really wants to go to the moon, and
we've already been to the moon.
Yeah, I know, but we want to come back for the new generation.
Round 2.
SpaceX. Which also, like, a side note, SpaceX just finished testing their Dragon capsule that's going to bring astronauts to the ISS this year. I can't remember if it was May or March that they were targeting.
But they said Apollo 13 was the one that went to the moon. I'm pretty sure. If you want to look that up, look up what the space shuttle went to the moon. And they said, this is going to be the crazy thing that Grant doesn't actually know. The way that they made that spaceship, a lot of engineers were fiddling with it. And they actually lost drawings of how they actually designed it, and they actually don't know how to remake the
it was 11
Apollo 11, and they don't actually know how to remake it. And they said it's a huge problem because it was only the original engineers that actually jerry-rigged the spaceship, that no one knows how to rebuild the ship that actually went to the moon. So if we rebuild something, we got to figure out how to do it again.
Well, I mean, we've already got
also they're copying us because they're trying to go to the moon twice, and we're 2 bros. 2 moons,
right?
2 spaceships.
Okay. That's fair. But anyways, Vice President Mike Pence. Pence.
Oh my! You know how many Americans are going to be roasting you right now
for saying Pierce?
Yeah.
Because my laptop's like super far away, and the end looks like an R.
He does wear glasses. Don't be mean to him.
Thanks. But anyways, they're saying it's going to cost $35 billion over the next 4 years. Is kind of their budget that they're asking the government for.
$6 million doesn't sound that bad now.
Exactly. But I mean, going to the moon or an electric fire truck, which
moon.
Yeah, exactly.
All the way.
Exactly.
Dude, I'd spend $50 billion.
Well, I wish America put a little bit more money into NASA than their military.
I screw SpaceX. I want NASA to do better than a private company, no offense.
But literally NASA pays SpaceX.
Oh. Are you sure about that?
Yes.
Okay.
They're competing for contracts. There was actually another article that I was gonna put, but then I put this one.
Competing for contracts, but they pay them?
Yeah. So they because SpaceX is contracted by NASA, and like NASA is gonna pay SpaceX to fly stuff, right?
But they're competing for contracts against other countries, not against themselves.
No, against other companies. Like
yeah,
Boeing
but I'm
and
saying it sounded like they're competing against NASA versus SpaceX, but NASA's funding SpaceX to compete against
other countries.
Kind of like Galaxy Space or Galaxy Virgin.
Oh, Virgin
Galactic.
Yeah.
Which is okay. Fun fact, and we're going to talk about side note. Virgin Galactic. If you spend $100,000 in the next couple of years, they want to take whoever can afford that and go to just the atmosphere and take you up to like mid space where gravity's still not really a factor, and then you come back down, and it only costs $100,000.
Well, they've already done a couple test flights. It looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
So
well, this one's further than that.
No, like they've already done. Well, I don't know how far they've gotten up, but they have done test flights into
Would you
low
spend
gravity.
$100,000?
If I had it. Well, you know what?
No, you'd be in the Lambo.
No, I'd probably be using it for something else instead of wasting it just going to space, which would be cool if I had way more than 100,000. Then maybe it's something different.
Investments, flying to space.
But yeah. Let's go to our last story just because it's going to be dropping on the 14th, which is wait.
I think our last story that actually is 4 products actually in one.
Which product? Which one are you talking about?
We're talking about the Samsung Galaxy Flip. We're talking about the Samsung Galaxy S20, S20 Plus, and we're talking about the best phone on the market, the Samsung Galaxy 20 Ultra.
Right.
Which I just saw today. Marquez Brown posted 3 videos, and maybe 3 or 4, and it was beautiful. I watched
let's be honest. A lot of YouTubers have posted videos about it.
Yeah, but I'm biased.
Just a little bit.
And I loved it, and the phone looks unbelievable. Mm-hmm. You put a little S Pen in there, and you throttle it up to 6,000 milliamps instead of 5. Oh, it's amazing. Like, you go to the specs right now on them. It looks amazing. The second one.
The second link.
Yeah, all specs. Like recently, and the craziest thing is the Ultra is actually bigger than the Note 10 series. So someone actually in Banana Republic said something the other day at my phone, and they said, "What phone is that? That's huge." And I said, "Yeah, it's the Note 10. It's 6.8 inches, and this one is 6.9."
Right.
It almost like we're close to an iPad Mini. If people understand how big this is, like that's nuts.
I don't really understand how you're gonna put it in your pocket.
120 refresh rate, which you're gonna be flying on your screen. Mm-hmm. A new Infinity O display. You're also in 4K. This new phone also shoots in 8K video, which is unbelievable. What else? I think in the Ultra it's a 5,000 milliamp battery, which is unbelievable.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
What, 4 cameras in the Ultra?
Yeah, for the.
Sorry, I've gone deep detailed into this.
Yeah, there's a quad cameras for the S20 Ultra. It's got a 12 megapixel ultra wide.
And they rotated it sideways. You think you know more about that than
right.
me. And
then there's even like the 108 megapixel wide angle camera, which I think is probably the most interesting thing about this phone, just because it gives you your 10x optical zoom, if I believe, which is correct, and then you have your 100 times digital zoom, which is
space zoom.
I mean, yeah, okay. that's their name, Space Zoom, but
It
it's
should be
literally
Galaxy Zoom.
optical zoom times 10, and then there's super resolution zoom, which is basically digital resolution, which I'm the tech guy, which means it's crap.
It looks terrible. I saw it on the video.
Yeah,
I was
because
like,
all
this
it's
looks
doing
like
is it's just blowing up the pixels, and the moment you go into digital zoom, you lose image quality right away.
I see some people sometimes, and they're zooming in at basketball games, and it's cringing.
Exactly.
They're trying to see Kawhi Leonard in the past or Kyle Lowry now, and they're like this, and I'm like, first of all, why are you recording a basketball game? Second of all, why are you doing digital zoom? Third of all, you're not gonna watch that when you get home. You're just recording it. Like, there's no point. But 6.9, like, the thing I love, and people want small phones, we're breaking barriers. We're going like 21 Jump Street. We're breaking through ceilings.
Yeah, but
that's
should
so
we?
Cool.
That's the question.
Well, if you don't want that and you want it and you want the phone, you go back to the Galaxy Flip. That's 6.8, but now you can fold it into your pocket.
Right.
And I so badly want one of these where all of a sudden you're like, yo, Bill. Yeah, no, I'm not taking that deal. No, I'm not doing that today. And you do a little flip. And then, how cool would that be to relive those days? I only had a flip phone one time, and it was a Rogers phone when I was like 10 years ago. And to relive that nostalgia, like
slamming a phone on people.
Yeah,
you like doing that at work.
End call. But I just mean, hey, that lady, she was a.
It's fine.
Company.
They don't know what I was talking about. I was just joking.
Tell me, I'm wrong. Would you not want to do that? A little bit, like a little flip?
I'd probably want the flip because it's a smaller phone. That'd be nice.
It would be kind of neat. But the coolest thing is they actually released the commercial ahead of the release date at the Oscars.
Right.
Which is a little crazy. But the prices, like the Galaxy S20 Ultra, which is a huge name now, is $1,500, I think now, base price. And now they're all 5G, which is really cool. Low band 5G, which means that you get great service.
No, it doesn't.
If you're in the right areas.
No, it doesn't. Physics doesn't work that way. 5G was first a buzzword, and even technology-wise, it's not going to be great.
If you watch Marquez Brown, they talk about how if you're standing right in front of the 5G network and you're like in the perfect location, you get like 1,000 megabytes per second.
When you're staying right in front of the tower in the perfect location.
Yeah, and then if you do low band 5G,
which is basically like 4G LTE.
Yeah, and it's a little bit better. It's a little bit better.
No,
when they perfect it, it'll be amazing. Eventually,
we're playing with physics, people. We're playing with physics. You can't get a wave through obstacles if you're operating at a high frequency.
That's true. Eventually, they'll be able to do it. No one ever thought about folding phones before in the past. It was glass. Oh, and the cool thing is the Galaxy.
We literally had folding phones first.
I know, and the Galaxy Z flip phone is not plastic. It's glass. So when you fold it, they have bezels where it's the metal on metal instead of the glass, and it's now this new because the Galaxy Fold was plastic.
Right.
So it's more durable, which is really cool.
So we'll see how it comes up, but I just want to let everyone know that the Z, will be released on February 14th, which was this last Friday, because this episode's going to be released on Tuesday. So last Friday for you guys, it's been released, and it's the asking price currently in this time frame that we're recording this is $1,380. Maybe they're going to drop it, who knows, but that's the information we have right now, dropping on Friday. It dropped on Friday.
And the cool thing is and Marcus Brown said this, I'd love to see jerry rig everything that we talked about in the last episode. I want to see a durability test on this, because the Motorola couldn't even stand up to it. It was breaking apart. They said when they did the same fold test with Samsung, it literally was destroyed. But it's not supposed to be a flagship. This one is. So I want to see what it stands up to. Can it with glass being versus plastic, can it hold up to everyday challenges like we're using it now, which is really neat. So would love to see with people actually using it rather than just seeing it in a display, everyday life, and actually see if it doesn't crack or break or something like that because we're folding it. We're just doing the ending calls all day long.
Yep, exactly.
So
So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed our Hawaii episode.
Mm-hmm.
And we talked about some cool tech. We talked about some traveling. You're going to be flying to Phoenix very shortly.
Yes. Also, just before we end, there's literally only palm trees and yellow writing that says HI Hawaii, because we always like to explain the mugs.
Exactly. And the Hawaii is my first Starbucks mug.
Going to Phoenix for a trade show and Atlanta in the end of February.
Yep.
And then skiing in March, but we'll have more about that later.
Yep.
All right. Sneak peek.
So yeah, we hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks for watching Two Bros in a Coffee Shop. This is Jason
and Grant,
and have a great week.
Peace out.